Hi guys, my name is Amber Schultz and I'm the owner of Your Highness Inc. So I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. I didn't start competitively dancing until I got a little bit older, and I stopped a little bit during college. Right when I finished college and university, I came back and I started dancing for the River Lions, and then I ended up being promoted to choreographer and director, and then in 2021, I believe, I just completely stopped, and we're here with Your Highness Inc. full time, and that's what we're doing now. So basically there's just a lot of dances everywhere, right? But we didn't have heels in Niagara in 2019, so I was like, okay, they have it in LA, they have it in Toronto, but we don't have it in Niagara area, so that's exactly what I wanted to start up, and I really wanted to, leaving certain companies and everything, I learned from a lot of experiences, and I wanted to make sure that I had an empowerment and safe space, so I wanted to create this dance company that is empowering, that can also teach you classes, but also take you next level to perform with artists or be in music videos or dance visuals. So my approach to teaching is basically, I need you to relax at all times. It is all fun here, and yes, you are here to learn skill, but it's also about gaining skill, learning skill, and we just added self-love classes, so those are for heels classes, and we all have journals, and we talk about what we need for dance, what we need for that routine in dance, and how we feel, and getting our feelings out onto the dance floor. So that's a really important part of Your Highness Inc. and just making sure that we take it slow, but we're also pushing at the same time, because I've been to a lot of studios where teachers are really, really hard on their students, and yes, that's an amazing approach, and it's worked for me, but just for me in my studio, I'm trying to take a more gentler approach, and so far that's been working really well. So as a dancer, I'm obviously wanting to grow Your Highness Inc. even bigger. I hope to start touring, but COVID came and all that kind of got in the way, so we couldn't do any of the tours. But I do want to start touring around the world, so I want to start to go to Toronto, LA, Hamilton, and I do that a couple times with a few other studios, but I want to do that personally with Your Highness Inc. and bring my best dancers and bring them there. And just the end goal game is to be performing with bigger artists on stage. We've been working with some bigger artists. Armani White, he has a really big song out right now that is Billie Eilish. You guys have definitely heard that because it's on the top 100. Law, Champagne Connie, and much more. So we've just been growing with our artist base, and 86 Love, almost forgot him as well, and there's a few more. But we've just been growing our artist base, and I just really want to get our dancers to the top notch so we can get on stage and we can start performing and just getting those bigger dreams and make them come alive from the studio. I was diagnosed with it in grade 11, so I've had it for quite a while. It's juvenile myoclonic epilepsy, so it's strobe lights or intense stress. So those are the things that have been triggering it, but it's not an every year occurrence. It's very up in the air right now with the doctors and everything. We've been trying to get into hospitals, but COVID has made that difficult. But just having epilepsy, I always have to be aware of my mental health, my self-care, my sleep, everything like that, because I can't be sleep deprived when I'm doing a shoot, especially when I'm in lights, because I can get tired, or just sometimes my adrenaline gets so high that I don't even realize that I'm going into an episode. So I always have to be very, very mindful of that. So yeah, healthcare, my mental health is the main thing, and when I go into classes, most of the dancers that are with me, they all know that I have it already. So bless their hearts for wanting to be in this studio with me, knowing that I have that, and it's just, you never know when it's gonna happen, but I can tell at the same time. But either way, I think it's something very unique, and I think that it's a challenge for me, and if anything, I used to look at it as something very, very, very negative, and something very hard for me to talk about, and I actually just started talking about it in my first interview a couple years ago because I just don't want people to think less of me as a dancer. So like me having epilepsy doesn't mean that I can't be on stage with these big artists and performing and all of that. So I'm running this whole company by myself. It's hard with the epilepsy, but at the end of the day, I love it and it makes me so happy, and I have so much amazing dancers and support around me, especially when it comes to driving to shoots or doing performances on stage. I always have my dancers looking out for me at my best, always having me hydrated and everything like that. So I'm really blessed, and the epilepsy has definitely been a challenge, but we're here and this has been our biggest year yet, and I'm just really, really happy for that. I was just on TikTok, and BLACKPINK has been blowing up really, really big lately, and TikTok has been something that has grown our company massively. We wouldn't have gotten through COVID without it because we were doing online classes, and TikTok has just been my main set right now. And so Pink Venom by BLACKPINK has been trending. So, and also one of my other favorite choreographers who I forgot to mention is Jojo Gomez. She just did this routine and it's just a flawless routine, and I wanted to bring that to a more beginner intermediate level so other people could enjoy the song as well, and just as well as the dance. And this is also something very different. I typically do a lot more slower songs, more hip hop, more twerk, but this is more of a jazz funk kind of vibe, which I usually do once in a while for pop-up classes. But yeah, this is just a really big song right now, and I've recently become a really big fan of BLACKPINK. So that being said, I chose the song for today, Pink Venom. You guys can find me on Instagram, yourhighness_Inc. And then we also have our website, www.yourhighnessdance.ca.